What's going on, Eagles Nation? We are back with another film session, and today I want to talk about Mekhi Becton's impressive performance against the Rams in this past game. Since moving to right guard, he has really found his groove. When he says he hasn't had this much fun since his junior year in college, it really speaks volumes about his offensive line teammates. And after dealing with injuries with the Jets, it's great to see him finding his place in his offense. His success will only make the Eagles' offense even stronger. So on this play here, we love seeing offensive linemen getting physical and serving up pancake blocks. When linemen can set the tone like this, it makes things easier for running backs. Being a massive athlete with 35.5-inch arms, Becton is the kind of player that defenders try to avoid. To be a good offensive lineman in the NFL, you have to bring that physicality, and Becton definitely has that in him. So activating the system. So running this play here, just watching Cam Jurgens and Becton attack that defensive lineman, but watching Becton get down to the second level and attack number 48. And it's so good because this player has the size and the athleticism to completely floor guys and remove them out the play. And he has done this a lot all throughout this season. And that's part of the main reason why Saquon has been getting so many chunk plays. But to see a player that's playing on that side with Cam Jurgens and Lane Johnson, it's going to make that whole playbook open when it comes down to the Philadelphia Eagles. Being a player that can impose his will against the defense and knock these players in the dirt. And sometimes when you can quickly smother a defensive tackle, it will allow you to be able to get down to the second level quickly. And these defenses, they hate that. That's why they're always looking to go get those big trash can guys at that one technique position because you do not want those offensive linemen attacking those linebackers and safeties. But seeing Jurgens and Becton combo block that defensive lineman, Becton passes him off, gets to the second level, and attacks that linebacker was great to see on his rep. The great thing about Becton is that he is not just physical, he is also incredibly mobile. And this mobility comes from his experience as a tackle, where quick feet are essential. Moving the guard has made him even more effective since he can use both his strength and agility. So just watch and see how he traps the defender here, giving Saquon room to break free. And we all know with Saquon, all he needs is a split second to make something happen. So we go ahead and split it. So running this play here, just watching back then, he's on the move and he gets around Jared Verse. And the thing is, positioning is key when it comes down to being a pulling guard. Watching that left arm of his, blocking off number 56 and completely removing both of those guys out the play. With Saquon's athleticism, with that offensive line, it's going to make this offense that much more dangerous if these defenses do not have the players or coaches to be able to stop it. And to be a good guard in the NFL, you have to have an understanding of what these defenses are trying to do, putting yourself in a proper position to be successful. Not every offensive guard is athletic in the league, but you will run into some guys that can be able to move and get down to the second level. But seeing him being able to pull, attack Jared Verse, next thing you know, Saquon Barkley was able to spring it loose. It was great to see. When you have someone with Becton's size at the guard position, they naturally excel at getting in defenders' way. Sometimes that's all you need for a play to be effective. And that's exactly what you see from Mekhi Becton. He's been consistently showing this ability throughout the season in the film that I've watched. So let's run it. So running this clip here, just watching Mekhi Becton attack that linebacker. And I love to see the physicality. He does have the power to be able to remove you out the way. And it's so good to be able to see this because these defenders, they try to fight it off. But like we've seen on film with Saquon, he has the ability to be able to fire through the gridiron so quickly. But with Becton not only being able to engage with these defenders, he has the power to be able to throw these guys out the way. And usually, when you do have offensive linemen that can be physical like this, Lane Johnson, Landon Dickerson is going to allow this offense to be versatile as a unit, on top of Jalen Hurts being a running quarterback. And that right there alone stresses out a defense and keeps a defensive coordinator up at night. But seeing this offense running in between the tackles with Saquon, as well as seeing the offensive line on the move, getting in the perimeter with guys like Mekhi Becton has been fireworks. If you want to see some of the best Philadelphia Eagles helmets and upgrade your man cave or your room, check out Green Gridiron's page in the description. These helmets are torch, available in mini or regular size with the visors, and they are built to last a lifetime. Click the link and use promo code JC Network for a discount on these amazing helmets. Now let's get back to the film session. Here's another clip here showing him getting down to the second level and completely pancaking the defender. When your team sees these plays on film, it definitely gets everyone hyped. These dominating reps make a huge difference. By the end of the game, defenses start easing up, letting the offense take control. Setting the tone early is everything in football. And with Mekhi Becton, he has that fire in him. So we'll go ahead and run it. So running this play here, watching Mekhi Becton get to the second level with ease. Next thing you know, he gets his hands on his linebacker and completely flatlines him. And it's so good to be able to see this. You got to have those players that got that dog mentality. Explosive, explosive, explosive. And with the Eagles' offensive line, there are really good players, but it's been a while since I've seen this kind of physicality on their offensive line. So when you do have five-star players in the trenches, it's going to make things so much easier for Saquon, Devontae Smith, AJ Brown. If this team can continue to keep grinding and put it together, they will definitely be hard to stop. So it was good to see their performance this past week. It all starts with the offensive line, Eagles Nation. And with Becton, he brings that juggernaut energy. And the film doesn't lie. He has the ability to completely remove anyone that comes in his path. So on this final play here, it's great to see Mekhi Becton attacking the defender, extending those long arms and walling off the player to keep him away from Saquon. The run lanes he creates and his chemistry with Lane Johnson and Cam Jurgensen have been impressive to watch. So we'll go and spin it. So zooming in on Mekhi Becton, just watching the hand usage, and he's extending those long arms. And usually when you have 35.5-inch arms, being that big, you have the ability to gain leverage quickly. Just keeping him away from Saquon. Saquon was able to get through the hole. Next thing you know, he was able to slice it up the field. And it's crazy to see it when it comes down to Saquon. I mean, this dude has been really taking off this year, being the number one back, the most dynamic player in the NFL right now. Having him and his athletic ability with that offensive line is a complete cheat code. But it's going to come down to Jalen Hurts. He's going to have to make sure that he's on top of it. Is not perfect with this player, but when you have those wide receivers, you have a solid tight end. This is the perfect time for that entire offense to start gelling as they get towards the end of this season. But seeing what Becton did against the Rams this past game is always good to break down on film. So seeing Becton being drafted 11th overall with the Jets, it didn't start off good for this player. Playing that right tackle position, you had a lot of injuries, but sometimes having a fresh start is always good, and that can be able to spark your career and get things going. So it's going to be exciting to see how he's going to continue to progress and if this offense can be able to take that next step going forward. So comment below and let me know what y'all think about Mekhi Becton and if y'all think that he hasn't scratched the surface on what he can potentially do for this offense. So make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe and hit that notification bell because the way the YouTube algorithm works, if you don't hit it, you'll miss out on fire updates and the best football film sessions on YouTube. All right, Eagles family. Talk to y'all soon. Gone.